Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, did you know that that was yesterday? Yeah, some foreigner said that. Ladies and gentlemen, foreigner, and they're singing. That was yesterday. Foreigner, you guys know Foreigner. Well, it's time for you to get to know him a little bit better. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see this right here? Talking about the Internal Revenue Code. We just did a video letting you guys know about the next step with the SAT packs for your benefit. You have to do the research. However, if you're using Bard, you simply click up here and you go, hey, your public links. And what will happen, it will create a public link. See? Rules for business bonds. And you click that. And then when you give that public link to somebody, hold on, let me show you. Choice. The training continues tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this. He should have let the world go. World's in trouble. Pay attention. You see that link right there? You don't need a Bard account. You just click on the link and it gives you the entire conversation. Ta-da! And when you do it for each separate conversation, go to the link. It will put everything under here so people will be able to go here and search. These are the codes that you guys need to study. These are the codes. Not this one right here, because, well, technically you do. But those of you who have an Omega pack, a Prime pack, and a Plus pack, you are 508, not 501c3s. Pay attention. So it says section provides the general exemption for non-profit organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that you don't have to be identified as a nonprofit by the IRS in order to be a nonprofit? You don't need a letter from the IRS. You don't even need a letter from the state to be a nonprofit organization. Shh, don't tell nobody. All right, we're going to continue because we have some things to talk about. We just wanted to show you that just in case some of you needed access. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about taxes because tax season is coming.
Aren't you always talking about taxes?
No, I don't talk about Texas at all. Matter of fact, I don't like Texas. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and, oh, look at that. I done hurt somebody's feelings. I said I didn't like Texas. Lord have mercy, because I'm not a taxpayer. Okay? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I need to help you guys understand something. So, hey, foreigner, sorry that, you guys went through so much as a group. Ladies and gentlemen, that's foreigner, and that was yesterday. They have gone through a whole lot as a group, but you got to admit, these fools can sing. And that was yesterday. Okay. Chariots of Fire. I can't play Chariots of Fire right now. That's Al Green. I can't play your Chariots of Fire, Al Green. Sorry, homie. Because I got to talk to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to help you guys understand something. So we're going to start a new conversation. And I'm going to ask Bard. Now, Bard is not a genius. Bard gets things wrong all the time. That's why I ask questions a certain way. And I call it a liar. So watch this. Wake up. Wake up. Can you explain to me about the doctrine of capacities? Question mark. How an individual can be, comma, an individual, comma, a corporation, comma, a taxpayer, comma, head of household, comma, a spouse, comma, and each capacity is separate and distinct from the other, comma, and be used to document dependence on a IRS tax return form? Question mark. And can you provide 3 case citations supporting your conclusion? Question mark. Stop listening. And that was yesterday. Sorry. And you know, it was 1986 to 1988 that came out. And if you do the research, that's what you're going to find, because it's the same theme music for Rocky. Hold on.
Sure, here is an explanation of the doctrine of capacities, how individuals can be different things in different contexts, and how this can be used to document dependence on an IRS tax return form. Doctrine of capacities. The doctrine of capacities is a legal concept that states that individuals can have multiple legal capacities. This means that an individual can be a different person in different contexts. For example, an individual can be a taxpayer, a corporation, a head of household, a spouse, and each capacity is separate and distinct from the other. Individuals in different capacities. Individuals can have multiple legal capacities because the law recognizes that individuals can act in different roles. For example, an individual can be a taxpayer when they file their taxes, a corporation when they act on behalf of their company, a head of household when they provide for their family, and a spouse when they are married. Doctrine of capacities in IRS tax return forms. The doctrine of capacities can be used to document dependence on an IRS tax return form. For example, an individual can claim a dependent on their tax return if the individual provides more than half of the dependent's support. The individual must also be in one of the following capacities: a parent, a step-parent, a grandparent, a sibling, an uncle or aunt, a child or adopted child, a grandchild, a niece or nephew, a foster child. Case citations. There are several case citations that support the doctrine of capacities. 3 of the most important cases are Helvering v. Hutchings, 312 U.S. 393, 1941. Commissioner v. Tower, 327 U.S. 280, 1946. Commissioner v. Pfingst, 462 U.S. 300, 1982. These cases all hold that individuals can have multiple legal capacities and that these capacities can be separate and distinct from each other. Conclusion. The doctrine of capacities is an important legal concept that can be used to document dependence on an IRS tax return form.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just to make sure you understand. So when you walk into, pay attention, a courtroom, and you say, I'm here in the capacity of a natural person to speak on behalf of the legal fiction, legal entity, the persona ficto, the persona fictio, ficto, fictio. 2 different words, same thing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on your tax form, go ahead and take a look at it. The first thing it asks you for the taxpayer's name and social security number. That's one capacity. Then it asks if you are the head of household. If you are a single individual, then you are the head of household. And if you provide for more than 6 months of your, necessities, then you are head of household. So that's 2 dependents. But if you are married, then your being married is another dependency. Why? Because you're married. That's why they call it a ball and chain. You're married. That's a dependency. You're dependent on one another. Whew, so glad we got that out of the way. So that's 2 dependents. Now you have a spouse that you take care of because, you're head of household. Now that's 3 dependents. But hold on now. She's also an individual who is a dependent. She's not just a spouse, but she is an individual dependent in your household. So that makes 4 dependents. Now hold on now, we ain't finished yet. No. Then you take care of yourself. That's another dependent. That's 5 dependents. Oh, you got 3 kids? That's 8 dependents. Now you got to add that 3. Wait, hold on now. Them kids are dependents, but they're also your children. Oh, that's another 3 dependents. If you only knew the law of capacity, you could do your taxes legally. They can't argue with you on that. I just gave you everything you need to understand about dependence and capacities. Go ahead, check it out. Ask. and see if anyone can say that it's wrong. Now watch this. I need to clear up something because it said dependents instead of dependent. So let me take care of that dense part. Where you at? Copy. Now we got to take a trip. Y'all don't mind taking a trip with me? Hold on. We gon' what is this? No, don't want to go there. We're gonna go here. Is this no, I need this one. That case right there, that's very, very, very good case to have. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Nope. Give me 1 second. I gotta open up a new window. I apologize for that. Here are the AMA estimate instructions. See, A and C. Wake up. Perplexity.ai. Stop listening. And then that will bring the end of this video once I put this in here. Now, this is not research, ladies and gentlemen. Necessary essentials. This is not research, ladies and gentlemen. This is just me proving a point. The doctrine of capacities refers to the different roles and legal capacities of an individual can hold, such as being a taxpayer, head of household, or a spouse. Each capacity is separate and distinct from the other and can be used to document dependence on an IRS tax return. Ladies and gentlemen, again, learned this from Maxine Waters. She's the one who helped me to understand that. That's why you can go me, myself, and I, taxpayer, head of household, and a dependent. Me, myself, and I. Sorry. De La Soul. Okay. And you know what? We had De La Soul, Ghetto Boys, and who else came out in that era with songs similar to the, yeah, I don't know. It's been such a long time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, to file a head of household, you must furnish one over half of the cost of the maintaining the household for you to qualify as such a person. We're not caring about that. Doctrine of capacities and how it relates to tax law. How can an individual claim dependence on a tax return form? Nope, not asking that. Is a concept in political theory that originated in medieval England, asserting a distinction between the person of the king and the institution of the crown. The same thing with the judge, ladies and gentlemen. That's why people talk about the judge sitting on the bench. That's why you have to challenge their jurisdiction, because they could be operating as an administrative agent, enforcing a code. And if they're enforcing a code, they're acting administratively. If they're enforcing the Constitution, they're acting as a judicial officer. But if they're just sitting up there acting, they're acting in their personal capacity. You guys have heard of private capacity, personal capacity. It's all about capacity. It's not about reality, but it's all about reality. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about capacity. If you only understood, they've been teaching it to you all these years. You guys have seen the Groucho Marx and the Three Stooges, and everybody changing capacities, being the sheriff, being the mayor, being the governor, being the town marshal, being the bellhop, being the manager of the facility, being the corner store manager, being the farmer of the bill. You know, hey, I said the bill, but the bill. You've seen TV shows mimic the different capacities. You need to start doing your taxes right, people. You need to understand capacity. It's tax season. What y'all waiting on? Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.